guys, how's everyone doing today? Thank you so much for coming back to my channel, guys. Our first we just celebrated more than 1,000 subscribers, and I'm super duper happy that you guys took your time to subscribe to my channel, watch my videos, drop your lovely comments. So guys, I really want to say a huge thank you, okay? But across times, there have been things I really wanted us to discuss, for we to have a honest conversations about these things, because I see that a lot of people have their own opinions. You are entitled to your opinion. Actually, I'm not imposing my opinions on you, but there are honest truths that even if you've got your own opinions, the truth still prevails, because we just need to know the truth for ourselves and decide if we really want to anchor on the truth or not. But it should just be that you know the truth, but you don't just want to depend on the truth. You just want to follow what is happening in the 21st century or whatever. So it depends on you. So guys, today I want to talk about something that is a bit sensitive to me. I don't know about others, but at the same time, we'll just have a dialogue about it. So, pastors are humans. I know, right? Pastors are not immortals. Pastors are people like you and I. They've got blood flowing through their arteries and veins. Pastors, especially the men, they do have erection. Okay? Pastors sometimes want to hang out with another woman. For those of them that are married, they're not their wives. Pastors sometimes eat different kind of food. Pastors live their lives because they are humans. The reason why I'm saying this is because of recent, a whole lot of things have been happening that have been making people see pastors, in quote, as immortals. We so much expect a lot from these people, especially in this 21st century, to the extent that even when they make mistakes, we look at it like God has fallen. It shouldn't be so, okay? Because these people are humans. They still have blood flowing through their arteries and veins. There are too many expectations on them. The reason why I'm talking about this topic today is because back in those years, I was thinking like this. I had this kind of mindset. Why should pastors make mistakes? Why should they fall? They should be perfect. We are looking up to them. These are clergymen. They are shepherds. We are the sheep. They should just do everything right. They should be perfect. There's a whole lot of people that have these unspoken beliefs about pastors, that they should be perfect in their manners. They should be perfect in their departments. They should be perfect in administrative duties. They should be perfect in managing finances. They should be perfect in, let's say for example, the media houses in the church. Pastors should be perfect in that. They should make sure everything is working. They should be perfect in their spouses, how they treat them. Shockingly enough, there are still pastors out there that beat up their wives. Some of them have already turned their wives to punching bags. Now, don't get me wrong. What is faith saying? Is she supporting these pastors? Especially from the part of world that I come from. I am a Nigerian by birth. Both parents are Nigerians, okay? So I'm not saying that my father is a Nigerian and my mother is from, let's say, India or Mexico or the US. So I'm a full-blooded Nigerian, and I'm seeing what is happening in the 21st century. We have a problem. That is why I want to address this in my videos today. Pastors are human beings. They fall. They make mistakes. The men get honey. The women get honey. Some of them are not faithful. Some of them are faithful. You don't place this higher expectations on people that are human beings. And I'm taking this because I really want us to stop doing this, because it's not helping. We place them here. When they make this mistake, it's as if the whole hair have gotten loosed. That is why I'm taking you guys back to the book of Hebrews. I am not a pastor. My both parents are not pastors, but these are the things I knew because I seeked to know. When you seek to know, you know a lot of things that make you outstanding. that makes you different from your peers, because there are things you know by the virtue of knowledge that you have come to acquire that your mates don't know. The problem that we are having, especially in this 21st century, in the country where I'm coming from, Nigeria, is because the youth don't even want to know. They are not searching for the knowledge. They just look at this pastor. My pastor said this. My pastor said, these are human beings. They make mistakes. They fall. I know this is when you hear about clergymen, what comes to your head is embezzlement. We equalize them. We equate them to the politicians. They are embezzling money. They are doing this. You don't expect people that have built their churches from scratch with the... How many million population do we have in Nigeria? What do you expect? Giving is another topic we will talk about the other day. If you are giving, or you're giving an offering in a church and you're murmuring about it, you shouldn't give because you're not getting anything out of it. You're not giving from your heart. If you're giving under coercion, you shouldn't give because you're being forced to do so. So pastors are human. Going back to Hebrews, like what I was saying, Hebrews 12 verse 2, when he said looking up to Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith, Hebrews 12 2a. Now, Jesus Christ has already done the death on the cross. Now, he has given us, like, he's saying, I am the perfect example you should follow. Look up to me because I don't have weaknesses. In your weaknesses lies my strength. Look up to me because I am the only one that is not going to embezzle your money. Look unto me because Jesus Christ is not going to get honey. Do you guys understand? There are things that we don't really understand because we don't know and we don't want to know, and it's a problem. So when you displace Jesus and you place this clergymen and they disappoint you, and it becomes a problem because we have displaced the creator and we are placing the creature in place of the creator. So that is the problem we are having. I was once a victim of this. There's some people I trusted, I believed they will never make mistakes. And when I hear horrible things about them, I broke down. I was like, why would such a person do a thing? But now I have come to the realization that these are human beings. They can fall, they can make mistakes. They want to drink tea sometimes. They want to eat yam. They want to take coffee. They want to eat fruit. Because this is the flesh. Talking about the flesh wants things that are not compatible with the spirit. That is why God is saying, look up to me because I cannot make this mistake. Because I am not fallible. Because I'm not going to embezzle your offering. Because I am the perfection that you are looking for. But instead of us to look for the perfection in the person that has asked us to look for perfection in him, we have left God. We are looking for perfection in human being where you can never find perfection. So this is the problem that we have. And I've been looking at it and I've been seeing people say things. And I said, okay, I'm going to come to talk about this topic because we expect these clergymen to be perfect in faith. We expect them to be perfect in wisdom. Most of them are not even wise. You are wise now because sometimes in some area you are good in things that they are not good at. We expect them to be excellent in faith. Some pastors don't even have the kind of faith that you as a member have. We expect their children to be perfect, excellent in behavior. Hello. These are human beings. Some of them even grew up in a very rough background. So what is faith saying? Is she supporting them, embezzling money, doing all this? No, that is not what I'm saying. In this video, what I want you to understand is that we are expecting too much from these men of God. We have left who we should look up to, and we are looking up to the people that we are not meant to look up to. What am I trying to say? We have displaced them. Now, looking at it, when we look at pastors, what are those traits that we expect from them? One of them is loving and compassion, right? These are the traits that we expect from them. Now, not all pastors out there has this ability or capacity to love and be compassionate about people because most of them grew up in backgrounds that are very rough. The language of love that they understand is totally different from what you want them to dish out. They are still in the process because they are not finished yet. God is still dealing with them, people. So tell me, how is somebody that is not rich in loving and being compassionate dish out to people? So we keep placing them here, and when something happens, it becomes a problem. Time we used to seek to know for ourselves is time we are using to place them there. Oh, he should have loved. Oh, he should have been compassionate. I never expected this pastor to do this. Why would this pastor do that? Why did they do that? My parents are not pastors. So it wouldn't be like I'm defending a set of people because I belong there. I'm just telling you because I'm seeing people wallowing in ignorance, and I feel that we should snap out because it doesn't make sense. We keep saying these things happening every time. We should do the right thing. It will help us to actually know. Fine, we expect pastors to be honest and accountable. Now, if you feel like where you're watching the pastor is not honest enough, I don't think you're tied there. If you're in a particular environment where you are not growing, nothing is happening to your spiritual life, you just have to leave. Yes, we expect them to have traits like being honest and being accountable. But sometimes we don't get this. Because there are certain, how do I say, in every church they have like settings. Just like the way we have like different organizations, they have like hierarchies, okay? Like if it's like multinational organization or corporations, you hear things like board of directors. They have those kind of things in churches where they give account what is happening, how is the expenses run, what have they used, what are they using for charity, who are they giving out to, what is this for hospitality. They do all those things. For the fact that you are not there doesn't mean it's not happening. Even if these are the traits that we expect from them, actually it's happening, but you are not there. We expect pastors to be humble. Most of them are not even coming from a humble background. They don't even know what humility is. But that is why God called them, because they are imperfect. In order for Him to walk through them, for them to be perfect. There's some pastors that teach you about patience, but they are not even patient enough. That is enough to tell you that these people are just mere humans, that are gullible, that make mistakes, that fall. If God is not holding them. Most of you are even complaining, my body is not humble, but you're not even humble to start with. So the truth is that we are looking for things we are not meant to look for things, because God has already told you, look at me, follow me. I am the instruction. I've given it to you. You want all the perfect example you need. This is me. I've gone to the cross. I've done the death for you. Okay, these are my precepts. These are my rules. These are my regulations. Most of those, after some fact, we don't even open the scriptures. We don't even know what is happening there. My pastor said this. My pastor said that most of those things are not even scriptural. You don't even know because he can say it. Yes. So somebody, don't expect a man that has blood running through his arteries and veins, who is not coming from a background that is humble, to dish out humility. The man is in the process. I know these are the traits. And the last one is perfection. We are looking for perfection everywhere. We ourselves, we are not even perfect. God is saying, I am the perfection that you need. Look up to me. Follow me. You know, human beings, we have a lot of problems. Somebody is telling you to follow him. You don't want. It's the person that don't want you to follow him you're following. We are so gullible in this century that because of the fact that we are not studying, we are not seeking to know, but we just seek to be known. It's causing a lot of problems, because things that we are meant to know, things that we are meant to decipher as individuals, we cannot, because we don't even know what we should decipher, or what we should know, or what we shouldn't know. We're just swallowing everything. It's the 21st century. Let's keep swallowing, but it doesn't make sense, guys. So that is why I really want us to talk about these clergymen. What are those challenges that they face? Okay, I know they will say that most of these pastors, they've already made their money. These are the bigger ones that we know. What about those ones that their members are just 20, 10, 15? Name them. Most of them, their shoes ain't even nice. They don't even have. I see most of them on that sun, going from one place to one place, doing evangelism. We'll talk about that one. That's for another day. But today, let's just talk about their challenges. Okay, I'm going to start from the last to the first. So that is why you have to actually stick here with me, because if you're not here, you're not going to hear the first one. Okay, so I'm just going to start from the last one. Okay, now one of the challenges that these pastors are having is their members are presently absent. What do I mean by members being presently absent? Now you are a member, you're watching this video. Most times when you guys go to church and you see that your pastors are preaching, You're glued to your phone. You don't even know what is happening. You don't even know what they're saying. The only thing you do is to just go and sit down, and you get distracted. You are in the church, you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook, you know what is happening. Giving out God that little time, within the time that you're there, to just concentrate, at least to understand what is happening within the environment that you find yourself at that time, is a problem. You can't even do that. So these are the challenges they are facing, because if only we are present, spirit, soul, and body, in the kingdom or in the church, wherever they are teaching these things, at least you will pick one thing. But we are presently absent. We are not there. Our emotions are not even connected. Our minds are even somewhere else. Our hands are busy with our phone, which is like, well, I say it's the 21st century disease that is eating up our time and everything we are doing. Still, we don't seek to know, because we don't know. There are a lot of things that are happening today. You see, like, churches like, okay, for example, Redeem. Redeem is a very big church. Do you think that Baba Deboyo will see something wrong and he wouldn't condemn it? He is just one person, guys. And he will give, don't do this. They carry out the information to other branches all over the world. He is not omnipresent. Only God is omnipresent. He wouldn't know what is happening, because each of those branches are being headed by people from different walks of lives, different understanding, different individuals with different opinions. They can only run it the way that deem it fit for them, at the level of the understanding, because you can only function only at the level of what you understand. You cannot go beyond that. It's only what you know. That is the limit of how you function. So when things go wrong, they bring it back to him. But that is not what he dished out. So we should be present in any church, anywhere we find ourselves, so that we will understand what is happening. The second one is, well, this is a generation that is full of biblical illiteracy. People don't know the Bible. They are not interested to study the Bible. They don't understand what is happening. They don't want to know this knowledge. They don't even care about the knowledge. Let the pastor just speak, and we go with what the pastor has said. Or we look at the pastor's appearance and we decide, or we just assume that this is what God wants us to do. A lot of biblical illiteracy is everywhere. So when you don't know, how will you grow? How will you be able to understand that at this time, he calls himself a pastor, but he is not a pastor, because this is what the scripture is saying. We don't even know. A lot of biblical illiteracies. It doesn't make sense, guys. With this, we cannot grow, and we keep complaining. The reason why it pains me is because I'm coming from the part of the world where there are a lot of religious mindsets with people with nothing to show for it, because they don't know. And it's very, very easy to deceive them, because they are very gullible. It doesn't make sense. Let's use what we have. If we are not using it, it's a problem. We also have issues. The third one I want to talk about is, these pastors, they also go through issues like unsupported members. Sometimes, in churches you will hear things that they say like Pastor Appreciation Day. People find it difficult to appreciate their pastors. But while you're sleeping in the night, the pastor is praying. In the daytime, he's praying for you. You have issues, this pastor, you go. Anything happening to you, let's run to the pastor. But appreciating them, that is a full topic on this one I'm going to talk about, but not today. It's another issue. Supporting them. Most of them doesn't even have rent to pay. The churches where they are staying, they have to pay bills. They have to pay rent. They go through a lot of challenges. These people are human beings. And sometimes it gets into their head, they just want to cool off. There are bills everywhere. Every department in the church, they want to make sure everything is functioning properly. It is not easy. Some of them have issues with management. That is why at every strategic point in the church where they need like people to officiate, people are there getting like prayer department, worship, and each of these departments have leaders. But when it's time to support them, you are not interested to appreciate your pastor because you feel they already have enough. But these people have been building, these people have been struggling. These people have been doing things even in your absence when you're not there. Why is appreciating them a problem? Faith, you're defending them so much. I am not a pastor. I'm not even born into one. Check my family. We don't have one. But these are the things that I found out, and it doesn't make sense because we are not actually doing the right thing. Another thing is I want to talk about, the fourth thing I want to talk about is financial issues. I know that we have a lot of big clergymen in Nigeria, which has actually, in a way, has made us not to see those of them that are still struggling with 20 members, those of them that can't even feed, those of them that cannot even pay their rent. Most of them are still suffering from financial issues. Some of them can't even take their children to schools. These are happening. Hey, but what is she saying? What about those ones that have big churches that their members cannot attend there? Because each and every university you see today have their rules and regulations, which is within the board of directors and what they've decided. So who am I? What are you saying? I was not there when they laid the foundation of those universities. So they decide how they want to run their school, which is none of my business. So if you think your offering is making them to be fat, you decide what you want. Study, and make your decisions. So there are still some of them, they are having these issues when it comes to finances. And the fifth thing I wanted to talk about is infidelity issues. Because they are human beings, of course they fall prey. There was a video of recent that came out. They said the pastor had an affair, and I was listening to it. I saw how bad the pastor was, and while he was talking, I didn't see any sign of remorse. I don't know if I'm the only one. Yes, I wasn't shocked. I wasn't surprised, because he's a human being. That is just the bone of contention in this video. They are human beings. They make mistakes. They fall, they are gullible, they do things that other human beings do. But the reason why we see them is because they are at the front line. We all go through the same thing together, but nobody hears about ours because we are behind closed doors. But they are the front line. When you are the front line, you find out that it is difficult, it is not easy. And the last point I want to talk about in this video today, in regards to the challenges they face, is criticism. There are people that are constantly criticizing these clergymen. It doesn't make sense. I am not defending them. None of them is my pastor. None of them paid me for this video. But I'm just telling you that there are better things for you to do with your life as an individual than just sitting down to be criticizing clergymen because of what? Guys, it's not by force. You can decide not to give anybody your money. Nobody's going to kill you. It's because you don't know. That is why you're falling victim. They tell you make money today, pay so money. God says, which God is saying? You don't know. And you give them your money and you start crying. When you study, you know, and when you know how to live your life. This is the problem. And another thing I actually want to talk about before I round up this video is the benefit of being a clergyman. Yes, I know when I talk about the benefit of being a pastor, one thing that comes to your head is like money. Okay guys, I'm not going to talk about money. I'm so sorry for disappointing you guys. I'm not going to talk about money in this video. So I'll start from the number 12 thing, which is voice in the word. These clergymen are voices. For example, imagine Pope of Rome is going to anywhere in the world, anything he says. So automatically, God makes them voices here, and at the same time, God makes them to be like men of status. Days are gone when pastors are being seen as church rats. We know, right? But now, like, they have the voice that when they speak, people tend to listen to them, despite the fact that some of them as well misuse it. And another thing that is going to come at the end of the video. Stay with me. And the second thing also is that they also have more opportunities to be part of people's salvation experience. Which is to say, if you go to church and you see clergymen pray, after praying, they're going to say, like, if you want to Christ and all that. So they have like opportunity to lead people to Christ. The salvation experience, they are part of people's salvation experiences. These are like good things. These are amazing things, because the reason why I'm saying this is because everything we are doing in life has an expiring date. One day it's going to end, and that's it. And the first thing is dealing with matters of eternal world significance, which is very, very important, because they have always meet people at critical situation, critical crossroad. I am an example. The church I was attending before I left Georgia Tbilisi, Love Dominion, My pastor met me at a critical crossroad when I've already decided and I told myself, the church is never for me again. That was still because of this religious mindset that I had. Because of the pastor's attitude then, my previous church, I made a stupid decision. And that is why I'm doing this video today. Because when we don't understand and when we don't study to know, we make decisions because of the way the pastor behaved. For the fact that they behave in a certain way, I am going to make this decision and ruin my life. It doesn't call for it, guys. So if you're not picking anything from this video today, I want you to pick this singular fact that every clergyman you're seeing, be it in Nigeria, be it in America, be it in Asia, any part of the continent, be it in Europe, anywhere you are, they are human beings. They are bound to make mistakes. They are bound to fall when it's necessary. Some of them are bound to sleep with other people's wives. Some of them are bound to steal. Some of them are bound to be dishonest. Some of them are bound to be liars and say all sorts of things and act in all sorts of ways. Just see them as human beings that they are. Place them in the position where they are meant to be. We should stop expecting so much. Because you know why? The good news is you will keep being disappointed. They will not stop disappointing you. I came to this realization and I stopped making that mistakes. Okay? So stop it. You don't place men ahead of God or above God. Let me use the word above God because that is the mistake we are making. Place them as human beings. So when they make mistakes, you see them that they are human beings and they are bound to make mistakes. There is nothing I will hear now by a clergyman that will make me jump over his and be like, oh wow, no way, no, exactly, no way. Because the person making that mistake has what? Blood flowing through his arteries and veins. He sleeps when it's necessary. It's only God that doesn't sleep. Your pastors I'm talking to you now cannot be in US and be in Europe at the same time. It's not possible because he's a human being. They get tired, they get stressed, they get frustrated. It's only God that is omnipresent, omnipotent. So at the end of this video, what I want to tell you is that just look up to Jesus, nobody else, guys. Just look up to God, okay? Forget about every other thing. Look up to God, listen to Him. If God tells you to do this and you're convinced within your spirit that you should do this, do it. If you're not convinced, ask questions. God is not an author of confusion. He gives you clarity. That is the problem. And also, we should try to be Bible literate. Study. We know they study. That's the problem. And you're blaming everything on people that are struggling to live their lives. We all are struggling. Stop putting too much expectation on anything. You put too much expectation, it's bound to disappoint you. I'm actually at the end of this video and I really want to say thank you so much for listening to me because I think I've said too much already. Pastors are human beings. They are mortal men. Okay? They can fall at any time. They can make mistakes. Stop expecting too much from them. Stop expecting that their children should be so perfect. Because their children are human beings as well that decide what they want to be in their life. For the fact that their parents are pastors doesn't guarantee them automatic heaven. Hope you know. They have to fight for their own lives. Okay? So guys, stop expecting too much from them. These are just mere human beings. Okay? Let's just follow God that have told us to look up to Him as a perfect example. When we are done following, before we finish following God, I think, I don't know how long, but let's start following God first and see. If half of the generation, this generation, especially in Nigeria, half-quarter of the youths are actually looking up to God and studying to know, most of them will stop falling prey and victims. They'll stop being praised and victims. And another thing before I leave is that not everyone that say they are clergymen are clergymen. That's another thing. Because you don't study, you don't know. And who are you blaming for it? As an individual and a full-grown adult, you have the responsibility to seek for knowledge. Seek to know, don't seek to be known. Thank you so much for listening to me, guys. Don't forget, it's your girl Great Faith. Again, you're welcome to my channel. Here we love you, but God love you the most. Take out your time to subscribe to my channel if you've not subscribed. Give me something. Just be part of the big family, okay? And also ring the notification button so that each time I drop a video, you will just see it. Thank you so much and have a lovely weekend. We love you. Bye.